Hi, I'm Christy from Falconry Outfitters. Trapping season is coming up soon. Actually, depending on what state you're in, trapping seasons vary, but it's coming up in a few weeks here in Reno, Nevada, so we're excited about it. We wanted to chat with you about the Bal-Chatri trap. We call it the BC trap for short, and this is used by falconers to catch birds of prey safely. And this particular trap is a prototype that we were playing around with Falconry Outfitters, so we don't quite have this style, but we figured it would be good to show you. It's a little beat up, but I just wanted to explain about the Bal-Chatri trap and how it works and the proper usage of this type of trap. This is not a set it and forget it type trap. You have to keep an eye on this trap. You can't lay 6 or 7 of them out on your property and then hope the next day to have caught a bird, because you're going to seriously injure that bird. So you have to keep an eye on it when you set it out. Basically, how this works is there would be dozens of these tiny nooses attached to the top of this trap. And it's basically a fishing type line with a circle at the end, a noose. And then when the bird of prey comes down to catch their prey, they grab on with their talons, and then as they pull back, they become stuck in the fishing line. And that's why it's important that you be watching this as it happens, so you can run up and get the bird safely off the trap. In general, by cutting the nooses that have pulled onto its talons. But this particular trap has a critter saver feature inside of it, so that it keeps the bait that you decide to use safe from the talons of the bird. My friends have had the most success with little tiny mice in the critter saver. There's usually a trap door here at the bottom where you put your bait inside, and then you typically zip tie it shut so the bait's inside, and then they run around and they attract the bird. Now remember what I said about don't set it and forget it. You want to keep it within 2 things. Within the line of sight of the bird. Birds of prey have excellent vision, but they can't see around trees and shrubs where you might lay this out. So make sure it's in the line of sight of bird as well as your line of sight, so you can keep an eye on it and make sure that you can see the trap and you can see the bird of prey come down to the trap. And immediately once they look like they have gotten stuck, then you come and free the bird from the trap. Usually people put some sort of fabric like a towel over the bird to calm them, so they don't see anything, while you handle cutting the nooses off of the trap so that they aren't still lodged on the trap. Now, in general, we ship our traps like this to customers at Falconry Outfitters, but there's a few things you want to do with it once you get it. You want to weight it down. This is way too light for the trap. Basically, it's just mesh material with J-clips on it, and it's way too light. The bird will grab the trap and then it will fly away with it, or try to fly away with it, and it might get injured. You want to weight it down with something heavy. A couple of pieces of rebar would be good. We don't ship it like that because it would cost way too much for you with shipping, so it's easy enough for you to do. You can hold it on with zip ties or something like that. You also want to make sure that it blends in with your environment. Now, if we were hawking in this area of sagebrush and weeds and that type of thing, we'd want it to blend in with the coloring of the environment. We don't want it to stand out to the bird, because the bird of prey is going to see your bait inside, and you don't want it to see this silvery, shiny mesh color. So what you're going to do is paint it to match your environment, the terrain wherever you hawk. If you're in a wooded type area, you might go with a typical camo colors, browns and greens. If you're in a lighter sagebrush or a desert where there's rocks and sand, you might go with a lighter tannish color. But basically you just spray it with some spray paint and make sure to weight it down, and you should be good to go. So you want to make sure that you can see the trap, it's in your line of sight, the bird that you want to catch is in your line of sight. What we typically do is we drive down the road, or if someone has reported to us that there's a red tail in the area, immature of course, then we'll drive down the side of the road, wait till we see the birds of prey, and then somebody will run out and covertly set it within their line of sight. You don't want to make a big deal about setting these down because you don't want the bird to even really notice that you're there. So if you drive along and you set this out in their line of sight, and then you drive off, but make sure that you can still see the trap and you can still see the bird. And sometimes they come down to it and sometimes they don't, but make sure you're prepared for when they do come down to the trap to get them off of the trap as quickly as possible, because you want it to be safe for everyone involved. All right, that is basically the BC trap and how it works and the proper usage of the trap. If you want to make your own stuff, a lot of people like to put their own traps together. We also sell the trap kits on our website at falconryoutfitters.com, and basically that's the pre-cut mesh along with J-clips as well as the J-clip pliers and some instructions for you to easily assemble the trap with or without the critter saver in the middle. A lot of falconers like to make their own gear, which is great, but a lot of times it's hard to come by just the amount of wire mesh you need and just the amount of J-clips that you need. So the pre-cut way to go is a favorite for many. So anyway, comment on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Falconry Outfitters. Visit our website at falconryoutfitters.com. We're also on Facebook and Twitter if you use social media. So that's it for this video. Let us know what else you'd like to see on our Falconry Outfitters videos. Bye now.